Peace and salutations, my world.
Yo.
What's good out there, family? Welcome to King's Court Podcast, man. We got your host, I'm Scoop. We got Big E over here.
What up?
We got Mr. UL, man, aka Big Breeze. So, yo, man, this is our first podcast, and we want to definitely start it off by paying our respects to Nip.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
what a tragic way for our brother to go out, man. No matter what the circumstances are, we're just gonna touch on some of the things that's in a positive light. So, we're gonna start off with how did his death affect everybody? So, I'm gonna start with you, Big E. How did that affect you personally?
It affected me personally, man. Just the way he went out. Got taken out, I can't put into words how this affected me the last 3 to 4 weeks. Great man, great entrepreneur. Like I say, first thing I thought about was his family, his kids, his mom, his brother, his sister.
Right.
That's the first thing I immediately thought about, was his family. And it was a big loss, not only to the hip hop world, but to our community and our culture.
Definitely.
So I'm still in shock over it.
Right.
I'm still in shock over it.
Yeah. Nip was a giant ascending into galactic, gargantuan stature.
Man.
For real.
How about you, Breeze? How did it affect you, Big E? Well,
I never really, celebrities be going all the time.
Right.
It's not my people, not my family, so I really don't generally get too, flustered about anything. But this one kind of, it hit me because, like you said, he's a family man, like we all are.
Exactly. We all got kids.
And that's a big loss, First, he's a husband and he's a father.
Absolutely.
First. So that really hit me tough, and then it just seemed real close to home.
right.
He seemed so much like family. He really reminded me of Ev. He really do. His,
Yo,
everything.
tall cat.
Yeah,
Shout out, big shout out to Ev, man.
baby.
Come join the show soon, baby.
Got to. But yeah, with that being said, him just reminded me of family, his whole aura, his presence.
Right.
He did too much, and like you said, for the community.
Absolutely.
He was very valued, and it's a shame. A very, very sad loss.
Yeah, it was,
very sad loss.
For me, like, I'm gonna touch on what you said, UL. It wasn't. I'm not enamored by celebrities.
Right.
They come and go.
Right.
Human beings come and go. Like I said, we're not close to them. I don't know them personally, intimately. But like you said, man, Nip was a little different, man. His spirit was huge, man, because it was impactful to the community, and not too many celebrities are that impactful in a community aspect where they're giving back, they're building specifically for the community that they came from.
Right.
A lot of people they get their riches and they leave their community. They might donate to a school here and there, but he was genuinely building for the community, which is rare. And so,
And it wasn't just for publicity. That's from his heart.
that's from his heart.
Right. He
Exactly.
wanted to, like
It
you
was
said,
from the heart.
genuinely, yeah.
It was genuine. It was from the heart. And that's what I respect about him the most.
Yeah.
He did a lot for the community, man. And like I said, he was a great father,
Yes.
a great spouse,
Yes.
great son, great brother, great friend, from what I'm hearing.
Yes.
And like he definitely will be missed, man. Everything the blueprint he laid entrepreneurially, we have to continue that.
Yeah.
Our people, celebrities, whoever, man, let's continue his movement because it was empowering our people.
Yes, absolutely.
So whoever's out there and whoever followed the blueprint or read his blueprint or see what he's doing, man, keep that going.
Yeah.
Let's keep that going because that was powerful and it's impactful. So, like I
Yes.
said, he's definitely motivating.
Yeah, I think that with Nip, you didn't have to go to a club or a concert to see him. He was there.
Right.
He was approachable.
Right.
Exactly.
He took pictures with fans. He took pictures with kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he was there.
He'll come talk to you.
He'll come talk to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's very personable.
Yeah. I mean, I know people that have ran across him, have seen him, they all said the same thing. Like, yo, man, so he was a real one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think that makes it such a big loss was he was for me, he was for you.
Exactly.
He was for LA. It wasn't even about just LA. It was just the empowerment of impoverished inner city communities.
Right.
He wanted to make you better. He wanted to make you better. He wanted to make us better. He showed us this is how we take our money, keep our money here. Because he has hands in a lot of things.
whole lot of things.
I mean, let's touch bases on that real quick. I mean, he had his hands in a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Man, look, his business, for one, of course, you're going to mention Marathon Clothing.
Right, that's number one. Everybody thinks about.
Yeah, of course, his charitable donations to the neighborhoods, to the schools,
Yes.
to surrounding organizations for the community. But things that were fascinating about me, about him, to me, was not only was his tech investments and his interest in technology, but his little STEM program he was building for the children,
Yeah.
the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics program.
Right.
Then his other ventures, man, that resort in Vegas, that would have been huge too.
I also read that, and I may be not saying the name right, he was in the process of buying this hotel in Santa Monica, the Viceroy.
Yeah,
You
the
heard about that?
Viceroy, whatever it is.
I might, excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but he was in the process of buying that. He created workspaces for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. He created 41,000 jobs, I read.
Yeah.
$211 million in economic, in the economic community over here. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And it's not too many successful people that will take you along the ride with you.
Right.
Not only take you along the ride, I'm going to show you how I got here.
Right.
So stick with me.
Exactly.
Stick with me. I'm going to show you. I can't. No, I don't know a lot of celebrities that would do that.
It's not too many.
Now, he
Not
take
too
you
many.
with you, he give you the keys to the car, he get you a car.
Get you one.
Let's ride together.
Get
So
you
who
one.
y'all think out there though, right now, is doing what he did? Anything close?
Anything close.
As far as like the community or just period?
Just being who he was and for the community and being that positive.
By me being around cats in the industry, I can't say cats I've come across or were as personable as he was.
Right.
You know, everybody, like I said, once you get to that stature, you become close guarded. You know,
yeah.
a lot of things change. You know, everybody think, oh, you either out to get me or you're trying to get something from me. He was, like I said, it's not too many people that like that of his stature that are personable like he was. But with that said, I think Jay-Z throws a lot of blueprint,
Yes.
a lot of gems on the blueprint for economic success. He, like I said, he throws a lot out there in that capacity. I don't know if he's acting on it in a community in a community aspect as Nip was, but for as an economic, empowerment aspect, he definitely was on that course.
Right. Well, I think for me, when you ask me that question, the first name that comes to mind, excuse me, is LeBron. The things he's done for the city of Akron, where he was born and raised. I mean, people talk about the decision in 2010.
That was a business decision also.
Right.
Right.
But look what it was for. It was for the Boys and Girls Club.
I wish he would have gave that to the brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but
in Akron, but hey, it's all good.
about
It's
the
all good.
same,
It's all good. It's a good cause.
I mean, his school.
Right.
This man created a school.
School, and it has so many perks to that school.
So
Right,
many
so many
perks.
perks to the school.
Man, it's not just okay. Come to my school because I'm LeBron James. No,
Yeah.
you're getting you're eating good lunches. You're getting good school supplies. He's getting laptops,
Scholarship, your parents, if they're not working, he's
They-
come up with jobs.
transportation.
It's transportation.
He offers transportation to the kids that can't get there.
Right, and it's like I said, most of the problem with the public schools is it's not enough one-on-one learning because the classrooms are so big.
So big.
You know, these kids, they got hands-on, man, and
Yeah.
the teachers are teaching
Yeah.
them hands-on, and it's very,
Yeah.
it's a family-oriented atmosphere. You know, kids ain't got to worry about I'm getting bullied or this and that, all these other aspects of schooling that hinders learning.
Right.
And that's what I respect about this school, man. Big ups to LeBron for that.
Yeah, big up LBJ.
What about you,
I
bro?
feel Akon, he's one of them figures that kind of
Can't
going
forget
around. You
about
hear a
Akon.
lot about him, but you don't really pay attention to him. But he's doing stuff out in Africa. And
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
home, yeah.
Land,
Can't
it's
forget
home,
about
Akon.
He's trying to build that city up to be, right where you want to live.
Right.
Make it livable for the people that live there.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's real commendable. you know.
Yeah, I mean, the solar power and
Solar
the
power,
water and everything that
all
he's
that,
doing.
all that.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's impactful.
yeah.
They need that. You know,
Right.
like I said, we need that here too.
Right.
Like I said, Flint's been without water, without clean water for 5 years. Like I
Shout out
said,
to all the people that helped out Flint.
yeah, people
giving
that's
out
helping
water and
out.
stuff like
Respect,
that.
respect. But they need to rebuild the whole filtration system within the water, man. That has to be changed. I wish more people would jump on that and changing that to impact the clean water over there. Not just donating bottles of water, but help change the structure so the water's clean for the long run, not just a temporary fix.
Right.
But I respect to Akon, what he's doing. And all the people, like I said, we're not going to get too deep into it, but all the people that's out there, all the celebrities, actors, people with influence that's doing
we see
something
y'all,
positive,
man.
man,
We see
respect,
y'all.
man.
We see y'all, man.
Respect, man.
So what do we do as a people to continue his legacy?
Because he left behind a big impact on everybody.
I think we all need to just look at what he was doing and what he was saying. And like you said, just keep it going. You know, let the marathon keep going.
The marathon
Ain't no
it has to
saying
continue.
It's
Absolutely.
too good of a cause. It's too meaningful. You know, and it's gonna help too many people.
Definitely.
You know, so,
Definitely.
You know, and we don't. What we don't have is a lot of people that support people. You know, the whole Nip is a big supporter of everything. He'll listen to you, like you say. He come up to you and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna treat you like you beneath him.
Beneath him. Exactly.
And you know, we needed people like him, and just from what he was doing for the world, I'd say. You know, not just the hoods.
It was just more. It's deeper than just for LA. Man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people.
man.
That blueprint can be taken anywhere.
Everywhere.
It can be taken everywhere. And like I said, but it's not. He's not the first to actually do a blueprint like that.
No,
Like I said,
he's
we got some of the legends, the ancestors in Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, guys like this that have built economic structures for the community. You know, so like I said, we must continue building for our people. You know, like I said, we're not shunning other groups of people, but we have to get ours back to a respectable, to where we're dependent and we can play. We're in an even playing field. Economics is the only even playing field
Absolutely.
in this country. You know, so like I said, we continue this blueprint with the infrastructures, the businesses, real estate, land, food, a lot of stuff he was into that, you know, we just got to keep it going, you know. So with that said, man, respect to Nip, man, and respect to
rest in
all
peace,
people that's
Nip,
doing it,
man. Rest
man.
in peace,
Big up,
Nip,
man.
man.
Nip,
in
you
peace, brother.
more than 60s, you more than the Crip, my G. You was a leader, man.
We got you.
Respect.
Man. We got you, man.
Respect.
We got you, Nip. I want to send a quick shout out personally to John Singleton. As y'all know,
Respect. He had
as y'all
a
know,
stroke, right?
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Respect,
He's in
man.
a
Get
coma
well,
right
brother.
now, fighting for his life. You know what I'm saying? We love you. You know, being from LA, born and raised, I was raised on your movies. And, you know, I'm prayers up to you for a speedy recovery. And, yeah, man, get back out there, man. So you can come back making them hits, man.
Yo, man, so what's going on with these playoffs, man? Talk to me, man. What's going on, man? What's good?
NBA playoffs, I mean,
good?
first of all, the ratings are down at all-time low.
Of course.
They're down 18%.
Of course. LeBron's not in.
I think we know why the ratings are down. Okay. It's some good games so far. We had two today. We had Milwaukee, Boston. We had Houston, Golden State earlier.
Who won? Because I was asleep.
Boston beat up on Milwaukee.
Boston smashed them, okay.
And Golden State was a nail biter, but
Okay.
Golden State pulled out. Referees kind of swallowed their whistles a little bit in that GSW Houston game, but some questionable no calls. But you know you can expect that when Golden State plays.
It's too much. One thing about the NBA, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I just want to say real quick, it's too much inconsistencies in the way the games are officiated.
Absolutely.
You know, I will definitely say from what I watch, is from game to game, the consistency changes. And, you know, like I said, referees have to manage the games better. You know, I get tired of looking at the games and the inconsistent with calls. This guy gets more foul calls than this guy. And the players cry too damn much. I hate seeing these goddamn big-ass, grown-ass, rich crybabies. Oh, just play some fucking basketball and quit crying.
No, they damn wrong, too.
They know when you damn wrong. Motherfucker hit somebody in the back of the head.
Come on,
and act
man.
like he ain't touch him. What I do? This motherfucker,
bullshit.
yeah, motherfucker have a
Come on,
fucking temper tantrum like he's 6. Sit your big ass down,
Now,
dog.
do you think that the referees show favoritism towards certain teams or certain players?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Think it's out there?
Yeah, because this team they want to
Name.
get
Are
them
we
win.
gonna name any names?
Well,
Are we gonna
we'll
go
keep-
there, or are
we'll
we gonna
keep-
keep it?
I mean,
we
but
gonna keep it under wraps. So
people
I
know
mean,
who it is,
oh yeah,
man.
yeah.
You
You know, it's the
All
big
right.
market teams they
Yeah.
really shoot for. You know, they really want to
Yeah.
get that win.
Right.
you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
Well, touch back on it. Why do you think besides LeBron, what are other aspects to why you think the ratings are at an all-time low?
Oh, that's a good question. Other than that, shit.
Besides it being a watered down league, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna be real with you, man.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, that's what we're here for.
every team is looking for a star instead of building a team.
With what they got.
With what, let's build a team. Like I said, San Antonio, when they won their 5 championships, they didn't have the sexiest of stars. Tim Duncan was a star, but it wasn't like he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't like
He had
the
a-
personality.
he didn't have the flash of
he didn't have
KG.
the flamboyance of KG
Yeah.
or Rasheed Wallace.
Right.
Went and did his work and then went on.
They were lunch pail guys.
Exactly.
Detroit Pistons 04 lunch pail guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the league is watered down because everybody's looking for that star. And it's a me league. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, it used to be the Lakers and Magic Johnson versus the Celtics and Larry Bird. Nowadays, it's LeBron and the Lakers versus Karl Anthony Towns and the T-Wolves. Let's get back to what we branding the teams and making it a team sport, because at the end of the day, that example is trickling down to the amateur level. So now these amateur kids is thinking it's all about me, and it's no longer about team.
Well, I think personally, and that's a great point you said. I think especially when you're wearing a team jersey, it's more. Back in our day, it was more important to wear the name in front than the name in back. Because when you wore a jersey back then, or a hat, or starter jacket, whatever you wore, you got your team.
Right.
Now it's more important to have the name instead of the team.
The names become more marketable and more more lucrative for the business than the brand. So the name, the individual name brand, has surpassed the team brand.
Yeah. I think that I think the major reason, apart from LeBron James not being in it, is because I think people are tired of the same old same.
Yeah, you get tired of watching that shit. Yeah,
You're getting tired of seeing the same Golden State team steamroll through the league with their style of play. Me personally, I come from the old school. I don't like the dribble, shoot style of play.
Right. Fast break, one on nothing. Shoot.
I can't stand a goddamn 1-on-4 pull up parade. If you don't sit your punk ass down,
You got 2 men trailing and you pulling up for a 3-pointer.
I can't stand
I
that
don't-
shit.
I mean,
bro.
I-
Footers.
Yeah,
come
bro.
on, man.
Why?
Come on, man. Like, kids that are coming up playing the game of basketball now, that's all they work on.
Exactly.
They're in the gym, working on their handles, working on their jump shots.
I remember Mark Jackson speaking on that, how Steph kind of ruined the game, because now everybody's trying to be Steph. Now.
Everybody's
Right.
falling in
Everybody, no
love.
matter what position you play. everybody-
Now,
But Steph can do that because that's
That's Steph.
what he does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like everybody needs to stop being copycats and let's go to what your strengths are. It's like not everybody can be a Steph Curry,
Right.
Where he can shoot from anywhere on the court at a high percentage. Don't get Steph takes some questionable shots too. You be like, but most of his stuff is heat checks. So like I said, you don't really see Steph taking too many questionable shots with the down 10 or with the game on the line.
Right.
See, with the Dame Lillard dagger,
My God.
shout out to Dame
Shout
Dollar.
out to Dame.
Big game.
With the
Big Dame.
with the Dame
gracious.
Dollar, Dame Lillard dagger, that's too many D's. But with that shot, that step back 37, 38 footer.
Damn, that was a beautiful shot.
I
Tough
bet-
shot.
tough
but
shot.
beautiful.
Tough shot. Got him out the first round for the first time.
Yeah, I mean he had confidence. He had supreme confidence. The way he dribbled the clock down, the way he knew when that ball was released, it was going in. But my point is, listening to the radio all week, everybody was crucifying him for taking that
Who,
shot.
Dame?
Yeah, for taking that shot, for taking that step back, 37-footer. And it just boggles my mind because as you just touched on, if Steph Curry would have made and took that shot,
Yeah, he'd been praised.
he'd
That's
have
what
been a
he
hero.
does.
He'd have been a hero.
Quiet as kept. That's what Dame does also.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. Dame does that just as well as Steph Curry.
That's
does.
not nothing that he's new to.
Exactly. And that's not the first time he's got them out of a first round with that shot. And remember 5 years ago when he
Against
hit
Houston.
against Houston,
Against
he came off the stagger screen
Right.
for the game winner.
Clean look.
3, splash.
Clean look.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I could live with the shot Dame took because it was a tie game.
Exactly.
If they were
That's
down
what I'm
1 or
saying.
2, I'd be like,
Bad
yo,
shot.
come on, bro.
Right.
But, when it's a tie game, were they the home team?
Yeah.
They were at home, right?
Yeah,
For that game.
they were third seed, yeah.
So they were at home for that game.
was in Portland,
Okay,
game
I
5.
can't remember.
So what-
Okay,
Game 5 in Portland,
they're
right.
in Portland. So I can trust if you miss that shot. I trust us going into overtime at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If it's a comfortable shot, like
It's
you
a
say,
comfortable
it's
shot for
tied.
him. Yeah, it's tie
You got
game.
nothing to lose.
I can live with it. Now if we down 1 or 2, even if he hits it, yo, bro, we could have probably got a better shot, but he hit it. So
Because it was about 10 to 12 seconds on that shot clock when he,
Yeah, what he did.
you know what I mean? So it was plenty, like you said,
he
plenty
had
of
plenty
time.
of time to get a better shot off. But like I said, at that time, tie game.
Right.
Look, I'm taking this last shot.
Right.
Make a miss. I'm taking this last shot, and you guys aren't going to get a shot off.
Right.
Like I said, he took it at the perfect timing.
Right.
It left no time on the clock for OKC to inbound the ball and call a timeout, get a shot off. Let's hit these walk-off threes. We out of here. Now, like I said, Dame Lillard is another guy that does it like Steph.
Yeah.
So I can't question Dame Lillard because I've seen him hit tough shots like that. He's a phenomenal player.
He definitely
Yeah,
is.
and I think that they took away, they spent too much time ridiculing him, and they took away from the fact that he dropped a 50-piece
50-piece.
in an elimination game.
Wow.
He dropped a 50-piece
That's a
on
good
Russell
ass
Westbrook.
point.
Against
That's a
2
good-ass
top
point.
10 guys.
Man.
And everybody's talking about the 37-footer that he took, but not recognizing he hit a 37-footer to end your season.
right.
And then what does he do afterwards?
Right.
He waves at them.
The wave was one of the coldest shits I've ever seen in my life.
But what did he say before the game?
I'm going to get these motherfuckers out of here.
I didn't want to say the words, but that's what he said. Before the game, I'm going to go get these MFs out of here. And I think that Dame doesn't get the proper respect nor credit he deserves. I think he's the most underrated player in the NBA. And,
But all that's going to benefit for him, though. That's just going to give him more motivation to go out there and be that.
He needs shit like that for his brain. I don't think, like I said, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but in today's atmosphere of the NBA, it's about individual brand. So Dame doesn't get the recognition a Westbrook would get, a Curry get, or any other of the top PGs get, and he should. Like I said, to me, if I had to take a PG in the league today, I'm not. I've said this before Dame Lillard hit these shots. Okay, because I just like what he brings to the table more than anything else. So
Plus, you got bars. You got bars.
he's not a bad rapper.
Hey,
He's
Dame
not a
got
bad
skills,
rapper.
though.
He's not a bad rapper.
Dame on that mic is a bad man.
He's not a bad rapper.
Definitely probably the best rapper in the NBA I've ever
Man,
heard.
probably ever to
Yeah.
come in the
Yeah,
NBA.
no disrespect to guys like Shaq,
Shaq and
Iverson.
Kobe,
Iverson,
Don't mention Kobe, please.
Kobe. I mean,
Wherever those guys.
I had the
Stop.
albums.
Nah.
I'm sorry, guys.
They don't
I was
knock that shit
I,
off,
I was
bro.
curious, but since we're touching on Dame, who do you think in the playoffs right now, individually, is under the most pressure? Individually.
I say, you know what? I'm going with Kyrie.
You'll go Kyrie.
That's a good one. Okay.
He
Why
wanted to
why
be
so?
the man.
Elaborate.
Because
Why
he
so?
wanted
Elaborate.
to be the man. He left the situation he was in to
A
be
winning
the
situation.
man. A winning situation. Found out how hard it was and had to make the call to LeBron. Hey, bro, this shit ain't what I thought it was gonna be.
That advice, bro.
Man, but so now he's in a situation, and especially after all the shit he was talking about, these niggas don't know how to win. I got to teach them how to win. You know, I remember he said that in the interview. Some shit he wasn't feeling the situation.
Right.
So he said he spoke on a lot of shit that's really making him out to be the nigga that got to win. Excuse my language. I know we trying to keep
Good. We podcast, man. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
man.
We on.
Yeah,
We good.
Yeah, we at home.
Talk,
we at
man.
home. We at home.
Now speak on it.
So yeah, I just think right now he got to win.
Gotta win.
There's no other way around it.
Now, do you think that if Kyrie or Boston doesn't get or win the championship, do you think he'll get ridiculed because of those bold statements he made?
I think he will.
Or do you think they're like, oh, you know what, he already has one, so it's like whatever.
Nah, you gotta walk the walk.
You gotta walk the walk. I don't think it'll be as harsh though.
No.
Like, cause he's gonna play well. Let's be honest with you. He's gonna torch
So he did
whoever.
yesterday?
He's gonna torch whoever Milwaukee or
today, I'm sorry.
Toronto
Yeah.
or whoever next round throws at him. He's gonna torch all these guys.
Yeah.
So he'll play well, but
Who do you think is under the pressure?
under the
No, my bad. No,
you good?
No, go ahead, finish your point.
Let me finish this point. Then
finish
I'll
your
get
point.
touch tell you who I think is the most guy who's under the most pressure. I think, but like I say, I think Kyrie, he'll kind of go on the radar because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I had high expectations at the beginning of the season, but it kind of fizzled out. He's doing his part, but the other guys that they thought were going to take that leap, Tatum, Brown, and these guys haven't really taken the leap they expected. They're consistently good, but they need that next level guy alongside Kyrie. And Jason Tatum hasn't played up to the level he played in the playoffs last year. But like I said, I think Kyrie will fly under the radar. And then he'll probably fly out of town if they lose. Let's be honest with you.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, so he'll probably, like I said, I wouldn't even look for Kyrie to even be in Boston next year, unless they win a championship. Anyways, but I think James Harden is under the most pressure.
You took my guy.
I tell you, guy.
Go ahead, though.
My
Go ahead.
apologies.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say James Harden and Chris Paul
Yeah.
because Chris Paul, when it's money time, he's always hurt. He gets hurt. He seems to always mysteriously get hurt. When if it's a game, game 6 or game 7, dude gets hurt. So
That's what I'm expecting to see now.
and look, and let's be honest with you, this is the second year of a 4-year, $160 million contract, and he's what 33, 34.
First year.
Yeah, this is first year. He resigned last summer.
Yeah,
My
first
apologies.
year. First
Okay,
year.
so you got how old is he? 34.
33.
33, 34.
So he'll be 37, exactly 37 when that
37 when the
contract
contract
expires.
ends.
Right.
So, like I said, you give big money to a guy this late in his career with a history of injuries, you got to win now because, like I said, his health might not hold him. Now, James Harden, now we've seen the past few years, you putting up numbers and accolades, but when it's money time, you know, you're 6 for 30 or 6 for 28. That team, that whole, not just James Harden and Chris Paul, but that team as a whole was under pressure. You know, like I said, this team is put together to beat Golden State. And to me, I don't think if they don't do it this year, you know, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't foresee what's going to happen next year. I don't think Golden State will be the same next year. I think they'll be disassembled. Guys will move on.
Yeah.
Especially if they win.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll touch on that too.
But I think Houston is prime right now with the pieces they have to win now, and they have to be under the most pressure. That's just my opinion.
Okay. I said James Harden as well. Great minds think alike. The reason why excuse me, I picked James Harden is because out of all the stars in the league right now, he's next in line to win that championship. Okay. You got your MVP. Right. You have a great chance of winning another MVP this year. You haven't had the greatest playoff resume. Okay. We really haven't been able to count on you in money time. You know what I mean? Not knocking his days in OKC because he wasn't the guy.
Right.
When he came to Houston 6-7 years ago, you were automatically the guy.
Right.
And this is your time, man. Like you said, they have the team. They're well coached for that system.
He's played. This past season was probably in the top 10 of individual seasons in the history. I mean, the stretch he went on was crazy.
Man,
Don't get me wrong, it was
man,
crazy.
right.
You know, so okay, we've seen that in a regular season. Now let's take the 20-30 game stretch he had. We need that 20-30, not necessarily we, but I'm just saying, speaking if I was a Houston fan or a Houston coach or whatever, part of the Rockets, we need that 20-30 game stretch in these playoffs. You know, I can't. You know, you could, whatever you did in the regular season, that was cute. But that was and it's money time.
What should count?
Right.
That's where it counts.
These all money balls getting
Right.
shot right now.
And also to end that point, I think that playing them again, having that second chance.
They said it was billboards I was in Houston. I seen the billboards that run it back. That billboard, they wanted it. This is what you wanted.
That's what you wanted.
This is what you wanted.
I expect, which was a good game today. Like I said, we're not gonna talk about what happened. What's up, refs?
How much they pay y'all?
How much they pay y'all?
I want to know.
Yeah. I pay y'all double. But I expected Houston to play this series with the biggest chip of any team I've ever seen. This is the team that tore your heart out last season.
No. Chris Paul's hamstring tore it hard out.
Right.
Shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you guys were one injury away. And I'm one of those guys who said, if Chris Paul plays Game 7, they beat Golden State and go on to beat Cleveland. Now, fast forward to this year. You guys are healthy. Chris Paul's healthy. James Harden, you're healthy. Eric Gordon's healthy. Capella's healthy. Capella's healthy. Your team is together.
Right.
No excuses this time. No excuses. Golden State's banged up. Clay is dealing with the ankle injury.
Steph.
Curry's dealing with a banged up ankle.
Cousins gone.
LaMarcus is gone for the playoffs. There's no excuse.
Their bench is thin.
Their bench is
They're
thin.
primed to be beat.
This is good. This is Houston's chance. Houston Rockets. This is your opportunity. Your second chance to win an NBA championship this season. And I think James Harden being the star player, he's at the head of the table. He's the leader. So he's
What were his statistics today? I don't want to cut you short, but what did he do today?
y'all want to look that up for me? He, from what I saw early in the game, he took too many dribble, sidestep.
Step threes. He back to that shit.
But looking for contact. You're not going to get that contact in Golden State. I'm sorry. You're not going to get that love in Golden State.
James Harden, 35 points, 9 for 28, 4 for 16 threes. That's what kills me about
You shot
James
60,
Harden.
shot 63s?
4 for 16 for the three-point line. That's what kills me about James Harden because, bro, nobody can guard you off the dribble like that. Your handles is too smooth.
Yeah.
The way you use your body and know how to use momentum, trajectory, and how to play the defense with the rules today, bro, they cannot guard you.
Right.
So why are you settling for 16 threes? Who was guarding him today?
What did he shoot from the field?
He was 9 for 28, 4 for 16 3.
So he had 35 points off 28 shots?
28 shots. He was 13 for 14 for the three-point line.
Clay
I mean, for the free throw
on
line. I'm
right.
sorry. So, like I said, Clay can't guard him.
Durant guarded him a lot.
Durant's an underrated defenders,
Defender, yeah.
especially at 6'11", 7 foot with that wingspan. He could disrupt a lot of things defensively.
Yeah. He has to do better. And that's why I said the spotlight is on him right now. You cannot go into those games where you're chucking up 16 three-pointers.
Right.
I'm telling you, it was the same thing every possession. Dribble, sidestep three.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Flailing his legs, trying to get that contact. He got a couple of those whistles, but it became repetitive. And I'm like, man, Houston, to beat Golden State, Houston cannot fall in love with the three-point shot.
Definitely.
He
That's
needs
what
to
I
attack.
said too. What was that stat?
Great things happen when you attack the paint.
You have to attack them.
Everybody in today's NBA tries to mimic Golden State
State,
style of
yeah.
play,
Exactly.
and it does not work.
They shot 47 threes.
Who did? Houston?
As a
Yeah.
team, 47 three-pointers.
And Golden State only shot 22.
Now, think back to Game 7 last year. How many threes did they miss?
What were they?
0 for 30?
1 for 30 or something?
0 for 30.
That's crazy.
That's bananas, bro.
In a closeout game.
Yeah.
Game 7.
Right.
In your building.
In your building.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
In Houston.
You shooting that many threes. You can't argue about getting to the free throw. Look, James Harden shot 14 free throws, okay?
Okay.
Just imagine if
How many you make?
he was 13 for 14.
Oh.
Just imagine if 8 of the three-pointers he took
Were free
were
throws.
to the drive, were to the hole, okay? That's another 16 possible free throws on 8 possessions
Right.
that you could have created
Right.
instead of chucking up 16 bricks.
Right.
Or 16, 4 for 16. I mean, come on, bro, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Because I know kids are better than that. James Harden is phenomenal off the
He's a great
dribble.
player, man.
Like, yo, bro, I seen this cat, and he left hand. It's hard to guard a guy that's
Guard them
left-handed,
lefties.
shifty with handle,
And strong.
and
Yeah,
and he's 6'7".
And he gets to the line whenever he wants
He
to.
can get to the line whenever he wants to.
Whenever he wants to. He
So-
shoots 10 free throws a game.
Man, bro, the cat could literally shoot 30 a game if he wanted to because can't nobody guard him off the dribble. That's why I say the most pressure is on him this year because,
I would have to agree with
bro,
that, though.
yo,
I definitely do.
are you going to bail the defense out and shoot threes all day, or are you going to put pressure on them and say, you know what, you can't guard me, I'm going to destroy y'all, and I'm going to take you guys out, I'm going to have this Dame Lillard attitude, I'm going to eliminate you guys from the playoffs this year.
But see, he can have those Dame Lillard games every game. Like we saw, and I know playoffs and the regular season is different, but we saw, was it a 35-game stretch where he scored 30, or maybe it's backwards, 30-game stretch where he scored 35 a game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we see that he can go on those streaks where he can turn it on and turn it off. We need to see that from James Harden in the playoffs. I don't know, for some reason, playoff Harden is just,
He set us for a lot of shots.
You see what I'm
Set
saying?
us for a lot of threes, yeah.
So-
Look at Capella. Capella only had 4 points. Chris Paul was 5 for 9 with 17 points. Eric Gordon had 27 points. PJ Tucker over 4, 0 points. That's not the first time Tucker has disappeared. I'm calling PJ Ducker because he
PJ
throws up
Tucker.
ducks in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've never seen a guy wide open. Your specialty is the corner shot, and you hit the side of the backboard that many times.
Right.
But I like PJ Tucker. But like,
sad.
yeah, come on, bro. So, anyways, they got no production from the bench. You know, at all.
Damn shame.
And I think that personally, this Houston team is better than last year.
It is.
I mean, everybody's talking about what they lost, you know, with Ariza and all that stuff.
That I didn't like. I didn't
like that either.
You got to understand that, especially in the business, Jaylen Brown, understand that we paid Gordon Hayward $100 million. This guy is a former All-Star.
Right.
So we paid him $100 million, even though Gordon Hayward did the professional thing to say, I'll come off the bench for a minute.
Right.
But does that make them better? Because Jaylen Brown can't do the things Gordon Hayward does. The only thing better Jaylen Brown is than Hayward is athleticism.
Right.
I think Hayward's a better basketball player than Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, yeah. Overall, yeah.
So I think Jaylen Brown. I think Hayward gives them more of a dynamic as far as versatility. You know, Jaylen Brown could be a spark off the bench.
Right. Right.
You know, come in, you know, get some key defensive possessions, lock down, you know, make it difficult on the other team's best scorer. But I think Hayward gives them a better chance to win. Tatum, you know, let's be real. I like Tatum as a player, but he doesn't play well without the ball. And you got to understand, when Kyrie comes back, Kyrie's going to have the ball
In his hand.
in his hands. So what do you do off the ball to be effective? I mean, I don't think you're that effective on the other end of the floor at all.
They tried to make him the point guard low-key last year.
Yeah, and you know, so when you take the ball out of his hands, are you effective without the ball in your hands?
Right.
Okay. Now Rozier took a dip because you know he's not getting as many minutes. Yeah, you're playing against a top 3 point behind a top 3 point guard. You're not going to get as many minutes. So Rozier's taking a dive for
And you got Cheryl's minutes with Marcus Smart.
yeah, and then there you go. You got Marcus Smart, who can come in and play one. So it's like, you know, you got a mix of a bunch of guys that can play, but that mentally they haven't grasped that. Let me put my ego aside for the betterment of the team. I think they're starting to put it together because they won by 20 today against Milwaukee,
22.
a team who I thought has the potential to beat everybody in the playoffs. So hopefully they have come up with the mind state that we're going to put our ego aside for this playoff run. You know, go all in, and then after the offseason, then I'll deal with.
We'll worry about that
We'll
later.
worry about roles and contracts or whatever's going on next.
Right.
And shout out to Al Horford. He made it hard.
Good game,
for you,
man.
boy.
Good game.
made it hard
He
for
turned
you,
into
yeah.
the guy that they needed.
Yeah.
This was before Kyrie came in. This was their leader.
Exactly.
You know, this guy's a winner, you know, veteran, hard-nosed guy. And that's the kind of games he needs to have going forward. I don't like the games where I see him with 15 points and 5 rebounds.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Better than
You're
that.
too good for that. Games like today,
He's
20
set
points
up
and
for
11
that.
rebounds. Those are games you
Yeah,
need
20, 11 today,
going
yeah.
forward. And so
I'm not going to. I've never been high on Horford.
You never.
I was about to say,
I'm not
before
going. I'm not
you
going
coming
to.
to LA. I remember he was like,
Man, he's been ready to watch soccer or something.
Yeah, I'm just like I said. I'm not into undersized power forwards that don't rebound well or don't defend well. I mean, he's a solid defender, but you're not what I'm looking for at a 6'8" power forward.
Right,
you know,
right,
if you're like I said, 6'8" power forward, I need you to be incredibly athletic, grab a lot of rebounds, be able to run and trans. He settles for too many. I don't like guys that these. I don't like this age of these big guys that feel like they have to be 3-point shooters. I mean, he has absolutely no back to the basket game to me whatsoever. I haven't seen him post up since Florida.
That's true.
Okay,
That's all bad. That's
it's all
facts.
bad, yo. So I mean, like I said, I can't get, like me personally, I can't give a guy $100-something million in a contract that gives me 5.5 rebounds for his career, whatever it is. That's just me. No, don't get me wrong. He's a great leader, great team guy in the locker room, and sometimes some teams will pay you for that specifically. But me personally, that's not what I'm looking for in a power forward. But who am I? I'm just giving you my opinion. I've never been high on Horford, but respect to him. He had a great game today. Now, if he gives you 20-11 for the duration of the playoffs,
You have a better chance.
Now you have a different dynamic now. Instead of the 13-4 he normally gives, you give 20-11. Now we got a different dynamic going forward with the Celtics.
Yeah, because
He
he has
the rest of the starters the last couple quarters.
Man,
because he has the ability to, I think, call me crazy, to guard all 5 positions.
I think don't get me wrong. At 6'8", I think he has the
that
athleticism and the lateral movement to do that.
Yeah.
He's not super quick,
No,
but he's intelligent enough
Right.
to know how to play an opposing offensive player. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not saying he could guard a 1 or a top level 2 or 3, but like I said, he can guard a Klay Thompson.
he can. He can.
You know, I'm not saying he could guard a guy, Paul George or something effectively. But you know, he has certain guys if it's a pick and roll and he switches on him, I feel comfortable with you guarding him.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel it. I'm gonna stick to my script though on that. I still go
think
Golden
Warriors?
State.
Go
I
State.
still-
Break it
'cause
down.
I feel you still got them same. You got KD, arguably one of the best scorers in the league.
If not the
one of the best scores ever.
Steph, the Splash Brothers.
one of the best shooters.
You have
Ever.
Draymond still out there. I mean, he ain't doing too much, but he's doing enough to get in them stat books and get under other people's skin.
He's playing better.
And they've won. They've been winning championships, so they still got they're kings of the hill, so they still got to get knocked off.
Right.
So
Still a team to beat.
they're still the team. to
Yeah,
beat.
there's still a
So
team to beat, definitely.
everybody's coming at them with their best whenever they see them. I'm gonna say it's between Golden State and Houston, because like y'all said, Houston was built to beat this team.
Yeah, I'll tell you mine in a minute.
And they definitely got to do it. But I'm gonna sit on Golden State because I think they got the most gunning at them. They got the most people coming at them with their best. And granted, it's the playoffs. Everybody coming with their
Everybody's
best,
gonna do
but
that, right?
who don't want to say they knocked off the king?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's a modern day recent dynasty. I think the team it's probably, like I said, I gotta go with Houston, man. I'm gonna go back to Houston,
back to
bro.
Houston.
I gotta go back to Houston because, this is it. Like you said, when you say let's run it back, that's like if I lose in a title fight. Yo, I got that rematch clause. Yo, man, I want to exercise that rematch clause. That means I see something in you I know I can exploit or I can beat. Y'all said y'all want to exercise that rematch clause, hypothetically speaking. Y'all getting what you wanted. So y'all about to run it back, and you running it back. You came up short today, but the pressure's on you now. This is what you wanted. Okay? Like I said, everybody's healthy. James Harden put up the phenomenal season, phenomenal numbers.
Carry that shit out to the playoffs.
Yo, what we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I have to say Houston to me has the most pressure. James Harden has the most pressure on them.
Yeah.
Like I said, you at least get to a final. They've been talking this finals talk since he had Dwight Howard when he first got there.
Right.
So it's time to act on it. This is the year, bro.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
I said, James Harden can't nobody guard you off the dribble, G. I mean, when you take 2-3 dribbles and make your mind up, I'm going to the hole, ain't nobody gonna stop you. But he makes it easier to defend you when he takes 18 dribbles for the step back. That's easy to defend.
Right.
So it's almost telegraphed. But like I said, when he says, when I'm getting in less than 5 dribbles, I'm getting to the rim or I'm getting to the foul line. That's hard to guard because now it puts a different dynamic on the defender. Now the defender like, damn, I'm so used to him shoot 13, 14 threes in a game.
Now I gotta work.
Damn, now he taking.
I gotta step back.
Yeah,
and guard this guy.
I gotta really guard him now.
I gotta cut off his lane.
Right. I gotta really guard him now. So
Right.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with Houston, bro.
Okay. Who do y'all see coming out this year? Let's make our picks. Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and who takes it all? Let me start with you.
I want to say Philly. I see Philly.
Come out the East.
And I'm stuck between Golden State and Houston. But I'm gonna go with Golden
Heart of
State.
hearts. Heart of hearts.
Heart of hearts. I'm
Heart
gonna
of
say
hearts.
Golden State.
Take your fan hat off.
I'll
Put
take
your
the
basketball
fan
hat on. Heart of hearts.
Because I really, I like we touched on Chris Paul. I really don't think he's gonna stay healthy long enough to do anything further on in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with Golden State. Okay. I think it's gonna be Golden State, Philly.
And who wins and how many games?
I got Golden State in 6.
Okay. What's your scoop?
Man, I mean, Golden State is a given. You know, even though I think Houston has the tools to beat them.
Yeah.
But damn, when you got Durant, and Curry, and Klay Thompson, these are guys that can give you 40 to 50 a night at any given time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just tough to beat these guys. So I'm definitely going to say Golden State out the West. Man, out the East. East is a trick, man, because I said Philly earlier. Like, especially when they acquired Tobias and Jimmy Butler, I was like, yo, they doing some things, right?
That's what sold me.
But I'm going to tell you, to me, Ben Simmons hasn't taken that leap to that next level that I would like to see for them to be that team that I say, okay, they can beat Golden State handily. Now, I'll be real. They have the most dynamic player in Embiid. I don't think when Embiid says, you know, I'm just going to post up, it's nobody that can stop him.
It's hard to guard that guy.
His array of moves is similar, not as great as Akeem was, but it's a similar toolbox Akeem
I
had.
was gonna say he's on modern day a lot.
Yeah,
day.
it's similar to what Akeem brought to the table.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do it often enough.
With finesse
enough, or often enough for me to say, okay, yeah, he's definitely that next Akeem Olajuwon. Because he shoots too many threes for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, he likes to face up and be cute and follow today's trend of basketball.
Right.
And B, when you get on the block, can't nobody guard you. Can't nobody guard you.
30 and 15 every game.
30 and 15 every day. It's
And three-
barbecue
and three
chicken
blocks.
down there.
And 3 blocks.
I'm telling you.
Back to Golden State has problem inside.
They can't, and they have nobody that can match up with Embiid.
Right.
And right now, if that matchup happened, yo, bro, I don't know. Like I said, bro.
So you rolling with Philly?
No, I'm not gonna roll. I'm not picking Philly.
not picking
But I'm just saying I could see Philly. For a moment, I was high on Philly. I think that team could win the championship.
Right.
But like I said, Ben Simmons had to show me that he has that in him to take that team to where they need to be. For one, he can't shoot, and he won't shoot.
Man.
And the knock on Giannis is he can't shoot, but Giannis will shoot.
But he will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's willing to work on it.
He's willing to work on it. Like I said, I'm watching the game, pieces of the game yesterday. There's too many times where Simmons attacks, and if you pack the paint, he's gonna pick his dribble up, and he becomes a non-factor.
Right.
Passing the ball.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like his skill set for as his able to create for his teammates. He's 6'9". He can get off the rebound and lead transition. I don't think he's a point guard like they're trying to make him a point guard, but by default, he's a point guard.
Right.
You know, so he can't play. He can't play with his back to the basket. He doesn't have a mid-range game. He can't shoot. Period. If Ben Simmons was able to shoot a mid-range jumper consistently with his handle to get by people, now we talking something different.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, but let me get off Ben Simmons. The team I like the most is Milwaukee. Okay, I like the makeup of them. They had Boston whoop their ass today.
They'll bounce back.
Yeah, I hope they'll bounce back because I like Giannis and Giannis is a bull. He's a beast, man. Yo, man, he's like I said, when he bullied LeBron in the All-Star game, when he took a power dribble, shoulder to LeBron's chest, LeBron went flying to the cameras. I said, hey, this dude right here is about that life.
A little different now.
He a little different now.
This one a little different.
This one, Bobby Knight say this one a little different now.
This one a little different now.
And this dude, like I said, he got all the little intricacies to his game. Like he didn't develop a better shot, and I would like to see him develop a back to the basket game and maybe one or two go-to moves off the dribble. But right now, I like Middleton. I like the piece they got around him. I like the Euros he got, Ilyasova and Mirotic. I like Bledsoe when Brogdon gets back healthy, when Tony Snell gets back healthy. That's a team that's pretty dangerous that can defend and they're long and big.
Right.
They can shoot. I like Milwaukee.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying they ain't gonna win it, but I would have to pick Milwaukee and Golden State.
Okay.
And if Milwaukee, if they get healthy,
Yeah. Stay well.
hey, bro, I'm gonna sound crazy, but I think Milwaukee. I think that's 2 or 3 teams out the East that can beat Golden State. Not saying they will,
But they can.
but I think they have the potential to beat Golden State. So since I live on the edge, I'm gonna say Milwaukee, Golden State.
Yeah.
Milwaukee in 6.
Oh boy.
You might catch a lot of flack for that one.
Yeah.
No. If Boston beats Milwaukee, then someone could just say slap the shit out of me. But I mean that's what I like. That's what I would like to see.
I dig that.
Philly, they're kind of a question mark because I think they've underachieved with the talent that they have. I mean, you have a top 10 player in Embiid. You have a nice young star in Ben Simmons, right? You got Jimmy Butler, right? You got Tobias
All-star.
Harris. You got
Potential
JJ Redick
all-star.
still playing at a high level. You got a pretty decent bench.
They saw, oh yeah,
And
they got a nice bench.
You see what I'm saying?
They do.
And they haven't really played up to expectations.
They don't have a point guard. That's why.
Right.
They don't have
right,
that point. You
right.
know, I don't think they had a point guard to get everybody. Like I said, Ben Simmons. They're experimenting with Ben Simmons as a PG, but you know,
Yeah.
you
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's something.
It's a lot of.
I know you talking about yours, but who y'all think? What point guard would fit in that system to make you be like, oh, that's it?
Like point guard.
It would be predicated on Ben Simmons developing a jump shot, because he would have to play off the ball,
Right.
and he would have to play off the ball effectively enough where he's not crowding Embiid's space.
That's a good point. Is Ben Simmons going to be Ben Simmons playing the small forward or the power forward?
Right.
He can't. He's not a high volume scorer, right? 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. That's what you're going to get from Ben Simmons. That's what you're going to get from him. He's not a high volume scorer.
He struggles in a half court set.
Struggles.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He's not effective in a half court set. He's a good transition player, get by you transition layups and dunks. But like I said, when you pack that paint and stop his penetration, there's too many times where I see he picks the ball up. I've never seen a superstar pick the ball up that many times within 17 feet for the basket. He will pick the ball up, literally look around to get rid of it. Because I'm like, bro, you got the 17-footer all day.
All day. Money.
That's
That's money.
that's money.
So that's the reason why I can't pick Philly. And plus, this is their second year together in the playoffs because, Ben Simmons, this is his second year. Joel Embiid, this is his, third year. That's why I can't pick Philly. Milwaukee, Giannis, there's not a defensive scheme you can throw at Giannis. He's too long. He's too good. He's not a great ball handler, but he's so long and he has those strides that he gets away with not being a great ball handler.
You said he Euro stepping like 15
He
feet.
can get from half court to the paint in 3 steps.
Crazy.
Right? 22 points, 8 rebounds, 7 for 21 from the field today. What I saw from the Boston Celtics today that I forgot, they got bodies to throw at Giannis.
They did.
I'm not saying that they bullied Giannis.
But they made him look average.
They made him work today. Like I said, 22 points off 21 shots. I'm not saying he's going to have those bad shooting games every game this series or every game going forward.
Al Horford was in his ass.
But the Boston Celtics have bodies to put in front of Giannis to alter his shots going in and make life difficult for him. So with that being said, my pick out the Eastern Conference, I still believe in the theory that experience counts. I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics coming out the East. I think they're starting to figure it out. I think guys are starting to get used to the roles. Kyrie Irving is starting to play like the Uncle Drew we all know and love. And like I said, experience counts. In Milwaukee, Giannis been in the league 6 years. He just won his first playoff series against Detroit.
Granted, this is probably the best team he's been on.
Best team he's been
But
on.
look, I don't want to cut you off,
go ahead.
but I'm looking at
Well, why'd you do it then?
Miller. Because that's what we do. We
Why'd you
talk,
do it?
we up here talking shit. That's what we do. So Chris Middleton, 5 for 12. Okay. Brooke Lopez, 3 points, 1 for 5. Bledsoe is one of the more important pieces on that team. 6 points, 1 for 5.
That's the problem.
Okay.
That's the problem.
You know,
That's the
then we
problem.
had, like I said, Mirotic and Ilyasova. They came off the bench. They combined for 22 points
Mirotic had a good
on
game.
8 of 18 shooting. Not bad. 10 rebounds between the two. Like I said, then
What about George Hill?
I mean George Hill's he's a savvy veteran, a savvy backup. So he's gonna do what he do. 9 points, 9 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds.
Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez has to give them something.
You need to start
You
getting
know,
on
like-
that block a little more.
yeah.
Grab some more boards.
Like,
I understand what his game is.
Right.
I mean, you need to.
He's a stretch. He's a stretch now.
nah, bro. If it's
But he was
anybody
never,
I
really,
hate
he
more
was
than
never a great
He never
rebounder.
was.
if it's anybody I hate more than Horford, it's fucking Lopez. This is some bitch is 7'2".
Why I say Brook Lopez? That's just not.
No, man. Let's be honest, man. The dude he has a skill set
Right.
on the block. I've seen him effectively throw fadeaways, right hooks, right jump hooks, left jump hooks.
Great post game.
Great post game.
post game.
But he fell in love with shooting jumpers.
Somebody told him to stretch the floor.
Somebody told him, and that's what's wrong with today's game. They want these bigs to stretch the floor, which is taken away from their strengths.
Right. Right.
So you take it away from Brook Lopez's strength. He had his best year in Brooklyn before he came to the Lakers, where he averaged about 23 and 9.
Yeah.
Right?
Something like
And he was so effective with his back to the basket. Why would you tell a guy who averages 23 and 9, hey man, step out and shoot 3-pointers? And that's going to be more than 50% of your offensive repertoire now. It's 3-pointers.
all to the
That's
team.
they destroyed this game. Anyways, my
the
bad. That's my rant. That's my Brook Lopez rant, man.
We're entitled to one rant per show.
God damn, I'm gonna have about 4 or 5.
Oh man, but yeah, like I said, experience counts. I'm picking Boston to come out the East. You know, Jaylen Brown 19 points, Kyrie 17. I'm sorry, 26, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. Al Horford 20 and 11. Gordon Hayward 13. Terry Rozier 11.
Your boy Tatum 4 points, 2
Well,
7.
I mean, Tatum.
When he doesn't have the spotlight on him, he kind of like shrinks up a little bit.
Well,
But,
that goes back to what I said. Without the ball, he's not that effective. So it shows you on 7 shots he has 4 points. He's not effective without the ball. That's just what I say.
But those guys are capable of handling those kind of games. So I'm picking Boston out the East.
Out the West, until you beat the Golden State Warriors, which it hasn't happened yet, they're not locks, but they're still the favorites. I mean, anytime you have a team with Kevin Durant, like you said, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, you're going to have a great chance to win.
Exactly.
They're on the quest for their 3rd straight championship, which in the last 30 years, only 2 teams have three-peated, Bulls and Lakers. So I still got Golden State out the East. I'm sorry, out the West. I got Golden State, Boston, NBA Finals, and I got Golden State in 6. And this is Golden State's last hurrah. We all know it. This is the last championship run for the Golden State Warriors. I think they get broken up in free agency, not because of attitudes, not because of egos, but because of finances. You got Steph Curry on the 2nd year of a 5-year, $200 million contract. Got Kevin Durant, who will opt out of his final year and become unrestricted. You got Klay, who's already unrestricted. You got Boogie Cousins, who's an unrestricted. You got Draymond up for contract next year. They can't keep everybody.
No.
So-
Nobody's gonna take pay cuts no more.
No,
Let's
Durant's taking pay cuts the last 2 years.
Durant's you have to max Durant out. You know, so if you
You say you get Max Durant out?
you have to max Durant out.
If it's Golden State?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Durant, I need to be maxed out.
Exactly.
I for the past 2 years I've taken one with an option. Okay, so Durant is a max player.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
And after Durant, if Golden State wins it, when Durant wins his 3rd straight Finals MVP, he's going to show you that why he's a max player. He just showed the Clippers why he's a max player.
Right.
So
I forgot who I was.
yeah, you got to realize, this guy is one of the top 5 to 10 scorers the game has ever seen. I mean, with a dynamic at 6'11", who could handle, who could shoot, who could post. He'll get to the foul line. He's a well-balanced machine.
Right.
He doesn't overly shoot 25 threes a game.
Yeah,
He balances. He has mid-range game. He has pull-up game. He has a three-point shot. He gets to the rim. He gets to the free throw line.
Drop it down.
And he plays D. Dude's a complete player. The only thing is he weighs 122 pounds.
Soaking wet.
But that's okay.
With boots on.
Yeah, right.
Right. Give my man a brush too.
Yeah, leave my dude alone.
Leave
my dude alone. Leave my dude alone.
What up, KD?
What up, KD?
Leave
Now,
Durant
you know
alone.
he's sensitive, man. They're gonna pick some
right.
chocolate
Durant
chips,
never hurt
though, G.
nobody. Yeah,
You the
yep,
MVP,
you're absolutely right. Durant is for sure a max player, but I think if I'm going to say Warriors, I'm maxing out Clay before I max out Durant. You can't. I think the day. I'm gonna tell you what.
No, hey, bro. Okay.
I think the day that Durant committed, Klay Thompson automatically became the stepchild.
I agree.
He was the odd man out from day one. And I would max Klay first because it's like, okay, you were here when we started this.
No. So you going with loyalty over business?
You're about 3 All right, you gave us 3 championships. You're going to leave anyway. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I think Durant's gone anyway. I would approach him with the max contract on the table. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to convince you to stay.
Okay, hold on. So, who's the GM? Bob Myers?
Bob Myers.
If you're Bob Myers, who do you approach first with a max contract? Because I kind of think what you're saying is you're saying if Durant doesn't take the max, I got to give it to Klay. What are you saying? So if you're Bob Myers, who do you approach first to give the max? Because you only get one of them. Only one of them.
Yeah,
get
got
the
one
max.
max. I would approach Klay because Klay's more inclined to take that max. Whereas, oh man, Kevin Durant, he might go to LA, he might go to New York. No, Klay, I know. Hey, here's the 5 years. It might be 180, 175. I might have to go with loyalty on this because when Kevin Durant leaves, okay, at least I got Curry on the contract. I keep Klay, right? At least we still got them.
Right. Okay.
And with Klay and Curry,
So you're saying you're going with that because
I'm thinking
Durant's
about
uncertainty.
I'm thinking about the future.
Okay.
I can't let Durant walk. And then what if you offer Durant that contract and he declines it? What if Klay is like, well,
And he
damn.
hears about it.
Well, damn.
I feel that.
You gonna give him over? I've been there 9 years, 8 years.
Not playing on.
What if he decides to dip his toes in the free agent waters?
What if they both decide? Where does that leave the Golden State Warriors?
I have to. Well, Kevin Durant's been very vocal. He says, "I'm trying to get as much money as I can this summer."
Nothing wrong with that.
You have to approach them with, all right, who's gonna take this cut? I only got this 180 for one of y'all. Klay, you have to look at Klay because Durant's already said, I'm not taking no more cuts. Hey, Klay, you want to take this cut right quick? I'll give you a 2-year max, and then we'll cap you out next year because we're not going to keep Draymond. We're going to trade Draymond. So we'll give you a 2-year, 1-1.
One with an opt-out.
We'll max out Durant, which will probably be another $200 million contract. We'll give Klay, we'll give you a 2-year with an opt-out. We're going to have space next year because we're not going to keep Draymond.
I'm not maxing him out, period.
No. So that money's going to be off the books. So, Klay, we'll give you your max next year. That's the only way it can win.
If they come up to understanding, okay, this is for the betterment of the team, to win for the next three to 4 years. Yeah, but will they take that? I think Durant is looking out, like I said, for his brand outside of basketball.
He's getting older.
So
this is his 12th year. He's getting older.
How old is Durant? 31?
He just turned 30.
So he's 30.
I believe so.
So this next 5-year max will be his last contract.
Last
so,
NBA contract.
He gonna get the 5 years of Golden State. Elsewhere, he'll take a 4.
4 years. About the same contract LeBron got.
Yeah.
4 years, 154.
Now, like I said, I think he's more. Like I said, it's a couple of top contenders for him, but I think his best bet would be to stay in Golden State to take the max out of the value of the contract for his career now. I mean, that's 5 years, 200-something million. It's gonna be like 220, I think, probably.
It's gonna be $200.
Remember, I think
it's gonna be a $200 million contract for sure.
And it's going the fluctuation of the salary cap the next few years.
But the cap space is going down next summer.
It's going down.
That's another thing you have to keep. If you want to keep both, that's another thing. The cap space is going down in the summer of 2020. So we have to give this last Supermax deal before the cap space goes down.
I gotta give it to Durant. I gotta give it to Durant.
What about you?
Yeah, I got to.
How do KD want to stay there? He want to go.
Yeah,
he want to
right.
lose Kyrie.
That's the only reason why I'm approaching Klay first. I can't deal with the uncertainties. I can't deal with the rumors. Either you with us or you not.
But like I said, at the end of the day, it's business.
I know it's business.
You got to go
But
in.
you also have to
go in with
consider
both.
Clay hasn't received a max yet. And he's been in the league 8 years. He hasn't received a max deal yet. I think he's up for one.
He's up for him, but
He has that. He had a 5-year, $80 million extension, which is expiring now. He hasn't even tested the free agent waters yet. He hasn't been courted. Durant's been through that already.
Exactly.
He's been through that.
You think Clay even wants to go anywhere else?
I think he's cool where he is. I mean, pretty sure his dad, Michael Thompson, Laker legend, Laker champion, will probably be in his ear to get him to come home. But I think he's cool where he is. It's like he may be like, you know what? I'm all about winning these championships. I'm about to go somewhere where I got to start over.
I mean, but then again, he's 1-3.
Yeah.
Then again,
Some guys want to keep.
Clay's another guy. When off the ball, Clay's a prime example of a guy that's effective off the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
He's probably the best guy in the NBA that's the most effective on both ends of the floor and doesn't need the ball.
Right.
The cat scored 50 something on less than 12 dribbles.
That shit crazy.
It's crazy. So he's the most effective without the ball. With that said, playing with Curry, I could see giving him a max, but
It's
he
tough,
doesn't
man.
bring that dynamic
It's
Durant
tough.
does.
It's tough.
He
I
doesn't
mean-
have that because Durant's effective, just as effective as Clay is on and off the ball. But Durant, he got that sauce that I could get 60 whenever I feel like it. He got that sauce like man, there's nothing really you could do about me. Oh, you want to stick Patrick Beverley? I don't care how much of a gnat he is defensively. I'm gonna drop him off. I'm 7 foot. I'm gonna do whatever I want on this guy.
Right.
He has that dynamic to his game. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's we all got pretty much in agreement on Golden State. Chad pick Milwaukee, which is not a bad pick. What the hell is going on in OKC?
What the hell is going on with
What is going on with the OKC Thunder?
Damn.
Is the Paul?
It's the dynamics around your two stars.
Yes.
Like I said, I love Adams and what he brings to the table for that team. Adams is the ultimate team guy.
Yeah.
I'll
run through a wall for
I'll run through the wall
Adams,
for
man.
you. Let's get busy. I'm gonna rebound, block shots. I'm gonna beat somebody up. I'm gonna set illegal screens. Whatever needs to be done, he's gonna do.
Right.
The other pieces outside of those three, I love Grant, but what they need is shooters. You got two guys that are ball dominant that can create off the dribble. You need shooters around these guys. The defense, Grant, even though they were the regular season, they were #1 defensive efficiency. In the playoffs, they totally melted down. Okay, could it be they're missing Roberson? That could be a piece that they're missing, but I don't think he would have been enough to get them out of this series.
I don't know. I think so. But I
Nah.
think his defense probably
score.
would have been
And
He can't score.
Damian Lillard would have just dropped him off too. Let's be honest with you. Damian Lillard would have went in that bag
I think-
and gave him a little something too.
I think with OKC, it all starts with the head. I mean, is Billy Donovan the right guy for this job?
No.
I mean, let's look
No,
at
he's not.
Let's look at his record. He's been there 4 years. Regular season, 199 wins, 129 losses, which is not bad. It's a 61%, win percentage. Playoffs is a different story. 15 wins, 19 losses, 44% in the playoffs in the 4 years. 15 and 19 playoff record. The third straight first round loss.
Yeah.
They've lost. This is the third year in a row that they've lost in the first round. And you gotta start thinking about the teams that they've had: Westbrook, Durant, Harden, Kevin Martin in his prime, Serge Ibaka in his prime, Victor Oladipo. You got Steven Adams now. You got Paul George now. Why can't this team get over the damn hump?
That's a good ass question. It's,
I mean, let's just call it out. Is Westbrook the problem?
Westbrook is part of the problem. Like I said, then I'm not gonna.
I mean, listen.
I'm not gonna take the pressure off of him or point the finger at him, solely him. They've had some rough matchups. Like you said, Utah was just a bad matchup for them in the first round last year. This year, it was just a bad matchup for them. They cannot contain scores effectively. Last year, Mitchell went off on him. Even Ingles went off. What's Joe Ingles?
Joe Ingles.
Whatever.
Broadway Joe.
Broadway
was
Joe Ingles.
cooking Paul George.
Yeah, he went off. They can't effectively stop another team's top scorers. And in the playoffs, you have to slow these guys down. Damian Lillard and McCollum did whatever they wanted. They weren't able to slow either one of those guys down. So, with that said, damn, that's your matchup, Westbrook.
Man,
That's your matchup.
I mean,
I love West Boogie.
man.
I was hearing somebody talk about the deception of the stats. He shoots terribly from the field.
He does.
Look, in the
Awful.
playoff this year, first round against Portland, 36% from the field, 25% from 3-point land. That's what Westbrook put up.
It's bad.
He's a career, I mean not career, but ever since Durant left, he's shot 38% from the field. I mean, everybody, I'm a guy who looks beyond the box score. Okay. I don't really care about the triple doubles and all that good stuff. Okay, you had 28 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists. How many shots did you take to get that 28 points?
Right.
You had 11 assists. How many turnovers did you have?
That's what people don't look at.
He has a very high turnover to assist ratio. And
You said it
overlook
right. Turnovers, 2 assists.
See how I flipped that? You caught that on. He has a very high turnover to assist ratio. So, like I said, I look beyond the triple doubles. I look at field goal percentage. I look at how many times did you get to the free throw line? How many threes did you shoot? Because you tend to like to chunk them up.
Yeah, you can't have a guy that's a career 24% three-point shooter shooting 10 to 12 threes a game.
Right, that's gonna hurt you all day.
It's just
Now,
it's not a good look.
And I mean, you're playing. You're a top 10 player yourself. You're playing with another top 10 player. You know what I mean? And if I'm Paul George, I might be looking at it like, man, did I jump the gun? And should I have really thought about this decision? I mean, this is the second straight year you've had Paul George that you've been knocked out in the first round with him. You've been through the fire with Harden and Durant, right? Getting to the finals against Miami 2012, right? I think he's been to about 4 or 5 Western Conference Finals in his career with Durant. You had Durant.
Could have off the Golden State Warriors.
I think that Durant stays in OKC, they would have won the championship the next year. They would have went on to beat Cleveland.
They should have won it that damn year.
They should have won it that year, but
They gotta. Westbrook doesn't. What down the stretch, especially that game clincher. Paul George was cooking, and Paul George should have been handling the ball that last minute and a half of the game. Everything should have went through.
He was the hot man.
Paul George.
was the hot man.
Everything.
Everything.
That means that he gonna touch that ball and make a play, whether it's shooting or passing. Paul George is making a play for us the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of this game, and that's that's the maturation Westbrook hasn't developed. I gotta understand that when I had Durant cooking, I gotta make sure he's getting the ball these last 2 minutes of this game. Paul George was 13 for 19 in that game. I gotta make sure this guy closes this game out so we can go on to the next game.
Right.
I'll worry about the next game after this. But in the moment, my closer has to be Paul George. Westbrook has proven time and time again he's not a closer. He doesn't close games well at all.
Right.
It's turnovers, bad shots, and a lot of missed layups.
Yeah.
Westbrook, as much as I love him, will OKC be better off without him?
Should they explore his trade options? That's another good question.
Yeah, who would you get for him?
You can get a lot for Westbrook. I mean, there's somebody that's going to take that $200 million contract. Somebody's going to take that contract.
Yeah.
But should you explore? Maybe we need to look at our options. If I'm Sam Presti, the GM, he has to start making some changes in the organization, and it starts with your star player. Can I trust him? You know what I mean?
You
gotta
start at the head. Like
You got to start the head coach.
Billy Donovan.
They don't have an identity. They don't have an offensive structure. It's strictly Westbrook and Paul George make a play. Defensively they don't have an identity. I mean, Paul George is the only one that I can see that wants to go guard the other team's best player.
Guard the best player.
So they have to have a coach with offensive and defensive schematics that can make these guys effective with what they can do. Westbrook might have to be played at the 2. You might have to get Westbrook off of the ball. To me, Westbrook is not. I don't care. It's a phenomenal feat what he's done the past 3 years.
Wait, talking about Westbrook not running the point?
The past 3 years have been phenomenal. I don't think Westbrook at the point guard will win you a championship.
That's interesting.
I will put Westbrook as a natural scorer. He's a natural scorer, a natural athlete. I'm not taking away, like I said, I'm not taking away nothing he's done with the triple doubles the past 3 years. But in the playoffs, it's shown time and time again, Westbrook is better when he's not making the decisions to win a basketball game. That's my opinion. Now, if I move Westbrook to the 2, I got to get a point guard in that's get a coach in for one.
Yeah, that's start.
Then I got to get a point guard in
That's
that demands the respect where okay, he's comfortable enough where he can play off the ball. Like I said, Westbrook's most effective in transition, a lot like Ben Simmons. He's even though he shoots better than Ben Simmons, I'm not saying percentage-wise, but he will shoot. He has the confidence in himself to shoot. Westbrook has a nice mid-range game. He relies too much on the three-point. He falls in love with it too much. But he's most effective off the ball in transition. That's just my opinion.
I dig it. Your boy Wesson.
What up, Brody?
West Side Westbrook, I love you though, bro.
What up, Brody?
Day,
Suicide West Side.
He is really too inconsistent at inopportune times.
Right.
You know, and I see, even I remember in the regular season, him playing us, you know, they had to fight to get that win from us, the LeBron-less Lakers.
Right.
You know what
Twice.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Twice.
It was a OT. They had to fight to get an OT.
Right.
So, and a lot of that, watching that game, them games, he was missing a whole lot of layups. You know, I would say he need to go over to Chad Brown training. You know what I'm saying? He need to go get that scoop training.
Man.
I had to Google that name. Google that name.
Google that name. I ain't mean to put the government out with it. I got company.
That's all.
Shit, you know, shit. But
Yeah.
Wesley kind of, he is an issue. I dig that him moving into the 2. I think that'll work. Because he is just a scorer. He needs somebody to give him the ball. But I feel like he think he got to do too much a lot of times.
That's what he does.
He forgets that he has a team.
Yeah.
Since Durant left, he feels like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He has to do everything for that team to win. Well, really, you don't. You got Paul George. To me, Paul George is a better player, a better all-around player
absolutely.
than Westbrook.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Let Paul George, like I said, finish these games. Especially when he's cooking. Like I said, now the knock on people is like, well, Paul George, he's not that great with the game on the line either. He's getting better though.
Yeah, he's getting better.
The past 2 years, he's gotten a lot better. You know, so but at the end of the day, you got to realize it's called KYP. It's know your personnel. You got to know this man cooking. We closing through him.
Right.
Okay. So that's what like I said. OKC has to get a new coach.
Yeah.
They got to get shooters around these guys, and they probably got to get Westbrook off the ball playing the 2-guard role.
Yeah.
Where he just score.
Yeah, I think that shooters, absolutely. They have nobody that can come off the bench and stretch the floor.
Nobody.
I think they might. If Paul George, which I don't think if it came down to it, he would go anywhere. He's a top 5 MVP candidate. If they're going to keep this duo together for the next 4 years, it's my opinion. I think they need to possibly look into getting a third star with them. Because I love Paul George, I love Westbrook, but Paul George, he has tendencies to you forget he's on the team. He tends to disappear as well.
He'll fall in love with the 3 a lot too.
And too much for my likings. And those games where Paul George and Russell Westbrook are both off,
You can't do nothing.
who are you gonna rely on?
You ain't got nobody.
Who you gonna rely on? You see what I'm saying? Schroeder. He can give you 10 or 15. Exactly. But I'm just saying, like Steven Adams, he's not a high volume big man, scoring big man.
Definitely. But
You see what I'm saying?
Boards. That's all you get for some boards.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a big man like Embiid, where you just feed him the ball down low and he's gonna go to work. Most of his points come from offensive rebounds and put-ins and lobs. They don't have that third guy to keep him alive. So I think if you're going to, this is going to be your dynamic going forward. They have to try and get a third star in there.
That has to happen. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the OKC is it's it. You know, I'm tired of picking you.
Man,
my preseason favorite and disappointed me the past 2 years.
Man, you know how many calls and texts I've gotten. Hey, welcome to your boys.
Man,
but man, let's go from one mess to another.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go out west. Let's go out to Hollywood.
Let's do that.
Let's talk about these damn Lakers.
God damn.
It's so,
we ain't got enough time to talk about.
No, we gonna make time.
We gonna make time.
We're gonna make time for these Lakers because that's a lot. We can do
Our engineer ready to go.
yeah, producer doing
Yeah,
this.
see, y'all can talk about that for another hour.
Nah, but no, we
Wrap
gonna
it up, B.
we gonna do our best to dissect these Los Angeles Lakers.
In a conduced time frame.
Right, Magic Johnson shocked the world, shocked me. Step down, too many questions, not enough answers. Said he wanted to go back to doing what he felt more comfortable doing, which was running his businesses, being mentors, et cetera, et cetera. Couldn't do it as the president.
Do you really think he had it in him at all from jump to even do that?
He did. He did. I don't think Magic. I think Magic was hamstrung with people over his head that didn't let him do what he wanted to do. I think Pelinka was a bad hire to go alongside Magic. You know, I didn't think that was a good mesh. When the moment I see him, when you see him together, they look. The Magic try and be cool. How about it? Look like he want to slap the shit out this motherfucker. It's just me. Magic look at him like, even though he give him a high five with a smile in the back of his head, man, he know he a buster.
I mean, Rick Bucher, reported last week there was some emails behind the scenes that between Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka that accidentally got CC'd to Magic, talking about him, the way he's been running the team.
Accidentally
Accidentally got CC'd to Magic.
Jeannie knew what she was doing.
It kind of makes you think when Magic said he got tired of the backstabbing and the talking. Okay, well, it kind of makes sense now. I think he had it in him. He just didn't. They didn't give him the freedom to run that team the way he wanted to run that team.
I see that.
And I think that it was too much for him. Magic's not a fake person. He ain't gonna fake the funk. He doesn't need that job. Y'all went and got him.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't come to y'all like, oh, y'all fired Jim Buss, y'all fired Kupchak.
Let me get on.
No, he
Put me on.
They went and seek you.
Right.
So he didn't really need the job. I think that he just didn't have the free reins to do what he wanted to do.
I agree with that.
I think, like I said, I think Magic. They should have brought him in as more of an ambassador or advisor role. Like I said, president is a serious job that's time consuming. And Magic didn't have, with all his ventures he's doing outside of basketball, I don't think he could condense everything into a daily schedule.
Right.
You know what I mean?
24 hours is not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough hours in a day.
To be the Laker president, that gotta be your sole focus.
Right.
Yo, that gotta be your sole focus. It's too much pressure with that job for this organization.
Absolutely.
This ain't the Sacramento Kings. This is an organization that's
known for winning.
that not only are they known for winning, but this is the number one franchise, equitable franchise in the league. So this is a little different now.
Right.
Now, so you got to put your whole time into it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of expectation coming from the fan base. And when you bring in LeBron James, that sets the bar a little high now.
Expectation of sky.
Now, man.
Exactly. Everybody, as soon as he came, everybody's like championship.
Championship. It's
You don't have
championship
time to
or
mess
bust.
around.
You don't. So like I said, I think Magic was. I wouldn't say he was in over his head. I just don't think he could fully dedicate himself the way he wanted to. And even when he tried to, I don't think he was given the authority to fully do what he wanted to do.
Right.
So with that said, we'll move on.
Yeah. Not only do they need somebody running that front office, they need a coach.
Yeah.
We all know Luke Walton got fired or mutually agreed to part ways.
Well, when the brothers don't ever get that we mutually
Right.
part of
No, you got fired.
Motherfucker, you got the pink slip.
You got fired.
You got fired.
You walked in the arena and the locks was changed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
You walked to the arena and security hemmed you up.
yeah.
Right. Sir, what you doing, sir?
You walk in the house and all your shit was
All your
gone.
shit gone. But like when Shaq got traded, they had to have security.
Yeah.
They had to have PD come out of there.
goddamn.
Yo, man, brother,
Man.
take that shit a little different now.
Man,
Right,
I mean,
right.
but nevertheless, they're in need of a head coach right now.
Right.
They've already interviewed, Tyronn Lue, Jason Kidd, Monty Williams. Those are probably going to be the three guys.
All poopity scoop.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into that.
Hey, but before we move on to that, though, do y'all think he was rightfully terminated, though?
Should have never had the job to begin with.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with you. I'm not impressed with your 38-4 record as an assistant with the Golden State
I dig
Warriors.
that.
Like, yo, man.
You already had it then.
Yeah, like, you know, that shit, like, you know, anybody at that time, Golden State's system was implemented. So all the players were well versed in that system. And you just need somebody to sub a guy in here and there, you know, to call a timeout here and there. You know, you really didn't do much as a coach. It wasn't your system, it wasn't your schematics.
Right.
It was nothing that you brought to the table that was yours that said, you know what? I want you to coach the Los Angeles Lakers. Nothing about. I don't care you played for the Lakers. Nothing about Luke Walton says that guy right there is the coach I want.
He never really looked right to me.
It just did. He didn't look right as a player. Let's be honest with you.
Now, did he get that name? Did he get that job based off his last name?
Yeah, it's a fraternity. It's a
Or
fraternity.
his ties to the Laker organization, winning those 2 championships? Or were they just so enamored with 37-4 with a 73-win team?
Right. That's
They
what
were
it was.
They were enamored with that. You know, they wanted to bring Golden State system to LA.
And it didn't work.
Bro, y'all had Golden State system in the 80s. You know, before Golden State had the system. You know,
Right.
Lakers been Showtime.
I mean, you can't bring Golden State style of play to LA with a bunch of tomato cans.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, just keep it
You gotta
real.
have the personnel.
I mean,
That's facts.
I mean, what? It's 3 years as the head coach. 98 wins, 148 losses. Not one playoff appearance. We heard about the fight in the locker room on February 2nd. You know, he got into what they call a heated exchange.
Who was that? Beasley and McGee?
Michael Beasley, JaVale McGee, and Lance Stevenson.
Oh, yeah, they was finna tear his
Let's
ass
keep it
up.
real.
He
It
was
wasn't a
finna get
heated
packed out.
exchange. Shirts were coming off.
Yeah, he was getting packed out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and then the rumors about LeBron and Clutch wanting to change, which LeBron denied because he asked to. But LeBron from day one
Didn't like that.
he wasn't LeBron's guy from day one.
Like I said, I don't want to get off the Luke Walton topic. Like I said, when you bring in a LeBron, you have to bring in things that are conducive to make LeBron successful. You know what comes with that.
Not only make him happy, but like you said, make be
Talk
successful.
about the face of the NBA.
Exactly. This ain't bringing in Jimmy Butler.
Right.
You know, this is bringing in a guy who you have to have a coach that demands his respect, and you have to have guys around him that fit his play style. You know LeBron gonna handle the rock. You know he's looking to facilitate and make others around him better. You know, you can't have guys that shoot 21% for the 3-point line.
Right.
You know. Anyway, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go back to Luke Walton. That's the business. He got 3 years on the job, didn't get it done, which is a longer leash than a lot of these coaches get. The coach from Phoenix got 1 year. So,
Didn't even get a chance.
bro didn't get a chance to coach.
Man, he didn't buy a house in Phoenix.
Bro,
He didn't even get it there.
man. Bro didn't get one opportunity. He didn't really get in.
He didn't even get mail sent to his house yet.
Nah, he,
Like, damn.
Like that, they giving coaches 10 days now.
I never seen a coach with a 10-day contract. He got
Yeah.
3 10-day contracts in one season.
Man, he didn't even get a key to the bathroom.
Man,
He was still using the Chevron station across the street.
Oh man.
bro didn't even have an employee pass.
He was
That nigga getting in this motherfucking gym. G, who was this? Half the motherfuckers didn't even know who he was.
he was still getting frisked by security going in. Like, who was this guy?
You ain't on the list, bro.
Yo, man,
Man,
yo,
come on, man.
I don't want to disrespect. What's the dude's name? Igor, what's his name?
Igor, I forgot his last name. But anyway,
Man, hey, let's wrap it up, man. That was a great show, fellas. Our engineer, he getting antsy, he hungry.
he threatened to turn lights on.
Right, he flipping us off and shit. Man, let's get him out of here.
Like he turn the mics down. And shit.
Yeah, man, he on his phone on Postmates too, just like Breeze was.